Good morning. It is August 13th, 2021 and 7:24 in the morning. We are taking Elon Taylor Trail up to Pomola. I don't know if it's that. I think it is, but can't really see anything from here. Pomola and then Chimney Peak and then Knife's Edge and then Baxter Peak, and then we'll continue on from there. But I will definitely be shooting videos before that. But I just thought we just popped out of the cover of the trees and you can really get a nice view into one of the basins here. Look at that. That's beautiful. Excellent. It's a little hazy that direction, but that's okay because we're going that direction. It doesn't look hazy at all.
Take a breather.
Okay, so that is South Peak, and then the Knife Edge, and then Baxter Peak, and then Hamlin is over there. And we came up this way. And we are on, there it is, Pomola, right there. And the flies are going crazy, so I don't think we're going to stay too long. All right. Next is Chimney Peak.
Okay. So we're heading over to Chimney Peak from Pomola Peak. It's a steep drop here. I guess it's a ridge between the two peaks. And you can see where we're going to head up there along the knife edge. There's Baxter Peak up there. But first, we need to make our way down this section, which is steep here and looks like it's going to be steep there. We didn't bring our gloves as we planned to do, but it's okay. We'll be fine. People do it without gloves all the time, every day. That's right. That's what you should let everyone on this video know. Okay, so can you see how it drops over the edge here?
Where is this?
As we're going right down there, and I'm going to use 2 hands for it. So
I think you should use
there we
2
go.
hands.
So we did make it up the chimney. It was, well, yeah, we went up to Chimney Peak. It's behind me over here. Which, Laura's right here. Say hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Okay, so
9:16.
now we are heading along the ridge here. This is something that can be done with 2 hands and an arm. So we'll do that for a while. Trail goes right here, and that is what we came around right there.
Yeah. Have a safe hike.
Okay. I'm technically not following the trail, so I'm trying to do it with 1 hand.
Would you like to use the GoPro?
No, I'm okay. I don't know how to use a GoPro.
You just hold it. It's really easy.
So there's where we're gonna go. I guess guess I'll try to get down this thing. Or maybe I'll use transfer this. More to come. So we got through that worst of places there. And now we are on the Knife Edge Trail. I could see where it's gonna be really neat over there. There's some slab there. Drop here is, that might actually look scarier on the video than it is. It's not, there's not far to fall there. Getting a good view of Laura hiking this thing. But it's neat. This is a very neat trail. There are trailblazers. They're blue like that.
Mountain sandwort. That's the first
Mountain sandwort, right there.
That's the only alpine flower I've seen of anything. Oh, there's another one right here. There's a blazer.
Oh, here we go. Okay, there's some slide here, which you can see. That's where the trail goes. Okay, so this is the fun part, I think. Let's see. It's just the slightest of breezes right now, which is perfect for hiking. I didn't bring any cold weather gear in this. It's supposed to be 87 here today, so it just didn't seem necessary to bring something that keep me warm. We're at about 4,800 feet maybe. And I think Baxter Peak is up there. It's might be 5,600 or 5,700 feet. So a little bit of a climb. Okay. Younger, my balance was better, so I was less afraid of such things. Okay, so here's one side. Oh, that's a slide. I wonder if anybody ever hikes up that. There's a slide on this side too. right, and this looks like a good place for me to stop and wait.
Okay, so we just came from Pomola and Chimney Peak, and we are on the Knife Edge Trail now and looking across to Hamlin. And then in the far back is North Brother, and then Brother, and then Co. South Brother, and then Co. And then over here is Untitled proper, and this is the Knife Edge, part of the Knife Edge. I'm gonna try to. There's a cloud and a slide down there. The cloud's really opened up. It wasn't here before. So John's out ahead of me. I'm not very good at videoing and walking at the same time, so I probably won't do this too long because this is not simple walking for me. But and also I think he shot a video on here too, so we don't need to inundate you guys with knife edge footage. But there's a drop there. Nice. There's John over there. And there's a bit of a drop on this side too. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna use 2 days.
Okay. Couldn't resist a little more videoing. This is interesting here. Here is the footpath. Goes right up to that crag. This part is a little tricky. The footing is a very narrow section. For someone like me who's used to using poles, walking across that was tricky. And there's Laura. I was just saying that. There's where we climb up. There. Why? Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Can you see? We walk across here. This stuff. Okay, I'll use 2 hands. But that's where we're going. We're gonna get a good action shot of Laura navigating these places here. Trust your shoes.
Yeah. I like my butt.
Trust your butt.
Trust my butt. It's clenching a little, so I think that means I shouldn't do that.
There we go. This part isn't particularly interesting, I guess. Except it does come across this slide right here. Maybe you can't see it in the shadow, but if I drop my phone, it's gone. There are a fair number of hikers out here. We came up with, I guess there were 7 that left before us. And we caught those guys. And then there was a few people coming the opposite direction, which I thought was kind of crazy. I didn't think people went this way.
I don't know where they're looping it to. You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I don't think there's any shuttles or anything. But if they have someone that can pick them up.
Hard for me to watch the viewfinder in this and where I'm going. Okay, that's a little better. See Chimney Pond down there. Baxter Peak is right behind Laura, right up there. And here comes a cloud. Shouldn't be too bad though. It'll just blow in and blow out.
Okay, we are still on Knife Edge. I just thought it was cool to show this. The cloud is coming in right there. We just came along there. And we're almost there now. I don't know how far. A couple tenths, maybe? 2 tenths?
I'll let you know.
Oh, down the valley, the clouds are whipping in. Quarter mile, okay. Awesome. And there's North Brother now really visible. And down there is Chimney Pond. And we're gonna come out that way today. All right, onward.
Here comes Laura. Up over the hump. This is not yet the summit. But it looked like a good place for me to stop and rest. The summit is up here. Maybe 200 feet above us. Should be fun.
Okay, we are on South Peak right now, and that is Mount Katahdin right over there. And I don't know how far, a couple tenths of a mile, 3 tenths.
I have my trusty map right here.
John's gonna look.
No, it's less than 2 tenths.
And this is the Knife Edge. I don't know how well it's turning out in here. And I can't zoom once I'm already going, so I will just shoot another one quickly that has that, because it's very cool. Give me a smile. Yay. All right.
Okay, now that we've passed South Peak, we're heading over to Baxter Peak over there. This is the last tenth of a mile or so, maybe 2 tenths. This is more of a rock scramble. It's not really all that terrifying. Although I could see from the side that over that ridge here it is a steep drop. There's a drop there, so you couldn't possibly go over that edge unless you walk down there from up here. But yeah, even if Laura pushed me, I would not fall over that edge from here. But if I walked over to the edge, which I'm not going to do.
Somebody would, though.
Yeah, I'm sure someone has. Somebody's walked out there, right along the edge.
I guess if it were in a cloud too, you know, who knows? You might not realize.
That's true. So We'll be up to the peak in no time, 5 minutes or less. Maybe 10 minutes.
All right, we are, I don't know, like 5 minutes from the summit of Katahdin, right there. I see some people heading down on a different trail. So that's exciting. That is one of the northern terminus of the Appalachian Trail. So there might be some people finishing today. I'm sure there are, because it's that time of year. So anyway, we're still on this kind of scrambly stuff, but we'll be there up to that in a little bit.
Okay, we're finally here. That's a cairn. Sorry about that.
It took about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, I think the book said almost 6, 550 or something like that. Here we are. Massive cairn. There comes Laura. That's what we just walked over. Yep. Want to go get our picture at the sign? We gotta stand in line.
Okay, so we are just leaving Baxter Peak. I didn't really shoot a video up there because it was no different from 10 minutes beforehand, particularly, and there were several people up there, so I figured it's kind of intrusive. But now we're heading over to Hamlin Peak, which is over there. And this is a huge, I'm just gonna get John in there. It's just a huge alpine area called the Tableland, and it goes way out that direction and way over here too. So that's what we're doing right now, heading over to Hamlin and hoping to fill up water over there. There's a couple seasonal unreliable water sources, one of which was running mid-July, so maybe it'll still be running. And then we'll make our decision from there what we do, depending on the time and the water situation. So that's it.
So having summited Katahdin, we're coming around the other side of it. We're going to do the saddle.
Can I interrupt your thing?
You can. Tell us about what we're seeing.
Okay, so Howe is the one with the slides.
Okay.
And then South Brother.
Yep.
And then North Brother.
We did those
And
yesterday.
then Fort is there.
I see. Yep.
And then remember we saw that bald one after Fort. I don't remember what it's called now.
So this is the saddle trail. You can see it running along the alpine growth down there. It's going to run right along the edge of
One of the basins.
the basin. Yes. Looks like there's some pretty neat slides that fall off of that trail. Footing here is quite easy to manage, and it's not steep on this side. So we're enjoying this a lot. It looks like to the left, it's private. It says Baxter Peak Cutoff Trail Private.
That's weird. Private.
Yeah, to the
That's
right,
weird.
it's Cathedral Cutoff Trail.
So we have been coming down this, and we just entered a section that has these, I like to call them ankle breakers. Look at all those rocks. And it's funny because it reminds me of my dad, even though I don't think it was this size rock, but I think he called them ankle breakers. But the whole, as far as you can see out here, it's just, those are all covered with lichen, so they're all green. But I remember him telling me about hiking up Mount Washington and getting to a point where it was like all boulders. So and wanting to just slit his throat, I think is what he said. So that's kind of how I feel when I see these. I'm like, ugh, this is not cool. Good way to break an ankle. But anyway, I think we're almost out of it. There's a trail junction up here, which John was just talking about. And it looks like right after it, maybe we get out of this stuff, because this is not fun. So anyway, and there's a nice clear shot of Howe, South and North Brother. Nice. We are very close to Hamlin Summit, and it's a junction right now of a bunch of different trails. And the best thing about this junction is Caribou Spring, which is right here. It doesn't look like much, but man, it's cold and delicious. And well, we filtered it obviously, but look at that. It's like a cold beer on a hot day, except it's not beer. It's better. It's water. And here comes a hiker. It's over 80 here. It's really, really brutally hot for Maine. But there's a nice view out there of, let's see, we got Howe with the slides, and then South Brother, and then North Brother, and then Fort is really short. Nice. All right, it's about 10 after 12, and we are coming up to the summit of Hamlin, which is a 4,000 footer. And it's kind of directly across that big glacial cirque basin, whatever they call them here, from Baxter Peak and Knife Edge. So, ooh, let's see. Is this it? This isn't it?
I don't know if it's summit, but
False alarm. Oh, I think the summit's right there, actually. That's very close.
section of a few trails.
Okay, so here's our view.
Well,
I don't know if the light is good enough, but
it says that we're here.
this is, it says it's here. That looks a little bit higher over
It does
there.
look higher over there.
Is that the way we're going to
I
get
believe
down?
so.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go that way.
So let's see. I gotta touch this. So the very first bump is Pomola, and then the chimney, and then this whole thing is the Knife Edge, and then South Peak, and then Baxter Peak, and then we came down. There's like a trail right along there, and then we came up. And I don't know if you can hear them, but there's grasshoppers click-clacking everywhere.
So you wanted to know when we were on the other peak.
Yeah,
It's a 10:27.
okay. And
We were on
so yeah, okay.
time.
And it's 12:10. I think the summit is actually right there. If you wanted to walk out, we could go get those, but it's not necessary in my mind. Want to head
How
down?
much is it out on? We have plenty of time. And
I
plenty
think
of
it's a
water.
couple miles right there. I don't know.
A couple of miles
Isn't
out
it?
and back.
I don't know. It was on my original
Jeez.
2-day
Yeah.
thing. So
You just-
Down
you
low,
wanna-
it's
I wanna
funny.
add 4 miles.
no, I don't think it's 4 miles.
You said a couple of miles.
Yeah, I know. I think it's like one each way. I don't know if this shows up on the
Are you talking
GoPro,
about
but
Howe peaks?
yes, down in the valley, there's other little peaks sticking up, but it's almost like there's low-lying smog or something. I don't know what it is. It's very hazy down low. Okay, this is the summit of South Howe Peak. You can see John is fully clothed now, even though it's probably 85. It's freaking hot, but the bugs are atrocious and he's extra tasty. So once we get moving, he can take some of his layers off. And then there's a little cairn line out. There's 2 more peaks. This is first Howe Peak, and there's second and third. And then the trail keeps going actually, but these are the north peaks. If you come out, I want to do the north peaks. But they're all in a boulder field, and they all kind of have the same ish views. So this is looking back at Knife Edge and Katahdin. And then Chimney Pond is down there. And then up close in the foreground, that's Hamlin. We're up there, but we came out to get this. So now we're gonna go back down. And then I think we take the ridge down on Hamlin. So that's what we're doing now. And over there is Co and South and North Brother and Fort. And actually over here, I just took a look on Peak Finder. I think these are really cool looking. So I think the one on the right is Traveler. And the one on the left is, I think it's called like Peak of Ridges. I think it's a pretty cool name. It looks like there's just all open face rock. So it's pretty neat. Anyway, it's hot as hell and buggy. So we're gonna beat it back and head down and hopefully go swimming. That's the plan. Okay. So we are walking right up to the summit of Hamlin now. And I think I don't know if it's marked, but it's this right here. I believe it's this. This is the highest thing around. And then, ooh, look down there. So over here are the North Peaks. So the first Howe is that right there. And then second and third are out there. And I don't know which basin this is. Northwest Basin, that's what this is. So that is the Northwest Basin. And then this is Hamlin up here. And then over there is Katahdin. Very cool. My screen looks so dark. I don't know if you can see all the ridges in the sunlight. It's very cool. And right along the edge coming down is the trail that we took down. Very, very cool.
So this is the Hamlin Ridge Trail. We just left the peak of Hamlin, the main 4,000 footer. You can see Katahdin over here. Weather is gorgeous.
It's hot.
It is very hot.
And very buggy.
And there's a lot of bugs, which is why I'm wearing all long sleeves right now. Whoa.
Okay.
Yes, that rock rolled right under me.
And I still stepped on it.
Okay, so let's see what this is gonna look like over here.
Straight over.
Yep, we're just gonna jump over the edge. That's what it looks like. Now, this comes right along a ridge, so I'm hoping we get a nice view of it as we come over here. The growth on the sides of the trail is very fragile, so let's stay right on it. Okey-dokey. Oh, I see.
Climb that.
Yes, we did. We climbed that over there. It was difficult. Took a lot of sweat equity to get up that one. It would be worse now, yeah. I mean, it wasn't cool. It just was not as hot. It was probably mid-70s.
Oh, wow, we're going down that ridge.
Yeah, we're gonna go right down this ridge.
Nice. That's cool.
That's where we're going.
Hang on a second, your back is not closed up.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you. Okay. So I'll show some more as we get to more interesting spots. This part is, it's a neat view from here, but
it looks like airline or castle, doesn't it?
yep.
So we are on the Hamlin Ridge Trail still, and it's just such a nice view coming down. So that's Katahdin, and then down there are Chimney Pond. I hear some people. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people behind us. And then going up the trail, and then we're gonna go right along that ridge down there, which is very cool. So it's just so beautiful. And there's a lake. I don't know if it shows on here. There's a big group coming. There's a lake down at the bottom, right over there. Actually, that must be Chimney Pond, right there.
Down there.
Right there. So what are these?
I don't know.
Is that Kidney or Daisy or whatever?
These guys?
Yeah.
That's not Chimney.
Okay, I'm wrong with my pond identification. I can see the buildings down here. So that's Kidney. That's a Chimney Pond.
So a little more of Hamlin Ridge. Oh, that one rocks. We're losing elevation fast. Yep, the sooner we're in those trees, the sooner I'll take off my pant legs.
We've been off tree lines for like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Thank goodness it was a good day.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't have spent as much time up here probably.
No, but I didn't see them.
So here this is a beautiful view of Katahdin up there. There's a basin off to the left, which is a little difficult to see over the ridge we're walking on, a little higher on the left. So as we come closer to it, I'll swing out there and see what it looks like. It looks like in about 100 feet it'll be good viewing. It was a gorgeous day for this hike. It's been sunny. It's hot and a little bit of a breeze. But I found water at the top, which was so delightful. It's cold, clean. Okay, so now we can. You think so?
Well, it's supposed to be one, and then we can see.
Okay. Might be a spring on this ridge on the way down.
We're already past it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Must be dry. So now might be a good time to stop and show what's going on over here. Yeah. Beautiful.
There we go.
Yep, I'm gonna end this.
You want to go?
So we're on a slabby section in the Hamlin Ridge Trail. Sun's behind a cloud, so it looks a little dark here. I tell you, it feels good. Yep, you can see there's the side, the left side. right side is out there. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. There's the drop off. It's not that, we're not right on it, so. You can see our view of Katahdin as we come through. Okay. Looks like I might need my eyeballs here.
Well, we finally got down below tree line, and we were heading back 3 miles to go to our campsite, and there's a spur trail for a view, so called Blueberry Knoll. So we decided we would go take it, and what it is a view up into the North Basin. So this ridge right along here, that's Hamlin Ridge. We just came down, and then we went along up there partway to first Howe Peak, and then if you were to continue along, you'd get to second and third Howe Peak. And I think that trail just kept going, and there was backcountry stuff, I think, after that. So this is the North Basin, and then if you turn, there is the Great Basin of Katahdin right there, which is,
it is great,
pretty amazing. Yeah, so with Pomola on the left and Baxter Peak on the right, and Knife Edge in between, and at the base of it, not visible here, is Chimney Pond and Chimney Pond campsite. All right, so this was Blueberry Knoll. I guess it was worth it to come out here.
it is easy enough.
I mean, oh, and that's Traveler Mountain right there. Cool. A little hazy in the distance. This is Basin Pond. Looking, and it looks up into Great Basin, North Basin. And we just pop down here. There's a little place to come down and look. We're looking for moose, and I don't see any. But it's beautiful and peaceful and nice and cool in the shade. And I don't know if you can hear it, but over on the track opposite side over there, I can hear Roaring Brook. It exits here, and we're going to follow that 2 miles back to our campground at Roaring Brook Campground. So this is Basin Pond, I think. This is Sandy Pond. It's 4/10 of a mile from Roaring Brook Campground, and we came up to see if we could see a moose, and we just passed a family like a minute from here who just saw a huge bull moose, but he's not here now. They said, oh, he left. But we know he's here, so maybe tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening we'll come out again, check and see. It's 7:30 now, so kind of missed out. But we were here the other day in the fog, And then you couldn't tell what the view was, but there it is. That is really awesome. That is Hamlin right there. And then the North Peaks right there. And then over here would be, I guess, Pomola showing. And then back behind it would be the knife edge and everything. So it's a pretty good view from here. The sun is setting. Kind of not a very nice sunset, but that's all right. And this is the first lookout point. We're going to walk up to the other two before it gets dark. But it's beautiful.